Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to another episode of FS22 on the Angel Mountain map. So I did a little bit of a YouTube survey and asked if we wanted to do Angel Mountain, Ritchie's Creek, like 1 day a week like I've been doing it. Or bump this up to, or do Angel Mountain only to bump this up to 2 days a week. And I think we're going to go Angel Mountain for now and bump this up to 2 days a week. Now, I still got to figure out why we're losing money per hour. So we're going to do the same thing with FS19. Now I'm going to drop the prairie map and do the valley map twice a week. So the new schedule for at least a little bit, until things change again, will be Angel Mountain twice a week and then the Valley map twice a week. We have, I didn't do anything between episodes, I haven't had the time. And hope everyone is doing well. It is actually a Tuesday morning as I record this, the 17th of October. I had to switch my days off this week because I have I have to go see a specialist today who is 2 hours away, and he's only in the office on Tuesdays without me going to their main hospital. I think this one takes solid fertilizer. It does, perfect. So I had to switch my days off of work, so I have to work Friday, so I'm losing my 3-day weekend. So I thought I'd come in here this morning and get my Friday recordings done today before I have to leave for the doctor. But I'll get all my running around done today. Get my normal Friday errands done today as well, since I have to work 10-hour shift on Friday. But I get to work with the weekend crew, which I usually don't see. So pretty much ain't going to leave my desk anyway on Friday. Might as well take this to the field with us. Since we were right there at the house. Yeah, I know it's only been a few days since I recorded the last episode. So this should be now ready for plow. Let's grab this bad boy. So if we look at the field, we are going to mess around with the 8th one. We just harvested cotton on, but we're going to plant corn. This is going to be our chaff field. This one. So another, the original field I think needs plow as well. So we're going to expand the edges all the way around. Yeah, so. When we're done with this, it's probably going to need lime, or at least some of it's going to need lime. Now, I think I want to save this straight edge between the fields to run a row of blueberries up there. So let's head over this way. Well, let me do a headland across the bottom. Just will help things out. I was going to plow this side and make it a little bit wider, but I think I want to save that for some blueberry bushes, which we haven't really planted any yet. We're going to need eventually. Alright, so we should still be on field only, no create. So now I want to leave a little bit of room on this end for, I think for some equipment, maybe? Or do I want to start expanding this all the way out? Now let's start expanding this side all the way out. So let me get lined back up over here with the edge. Alright, so let's go allow create fields, and I'll drop her down. Bring it out this way. Leave a little bit of room along the trees. Yeah, so I have a ton of real estate over here that we really would have been unused. So I'm actually going to have some time this weekend. I'm going to go through all the map files and make sure everything, just to make sure everything is set properly when it comes to the XML files and the factories distributing. I think I had mostly everything set really low on cycles per hour on cost. So I don't know why. I'm going to stop about here. Yes, I'm not sure why we have such a high cost per hour on this map. So I have less product running on the creek map than I do on this map. And we're actually making money on that map. And we're losing money on this map. I can't figure it out. So I'm going to go straight up and it will curve it. And that'll leave room. We'll take that row of trees out eventually. And we'll get a nice long, couple nice long runs of blueberry bushes up there. Alright. This thing has some speed to it. We were speed plowing. We'll knock this half out first. This will keep our grass dryers fed. We won't have to be scrounging around the fields for grass. Alright. Knock this side out. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to the drive. Where I drive, there's going to be a lot of traffic this morning during morning rush hour. So GPS is telling me it should take me about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to leave like 2 hours early. Give myself some extra time. We got like a 45-minute buffer in there. Stop at Wawa, pick up a breakfast sandwich, and when I get there, I'll eat it in the parking lot. I don't care if it's even cold. I'd rather get there early than be late. Yo. That's what happens when you start going too fast. Alright, let's knock some of this off. Come on, level up. There we go. She likes to dance a lot when it's in the ruts of the plow lines. Oh, come on. I'll come back and get that one little spot. I misjudged that. Well, the eyes are bad anyway, so I've got cataract surgery coming up for both eyes. Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, my goodness, get my morning sneezes out of the way. Oh, you suck. Yeah, it definitely doesn't like these ruts in the field. They're plow lines. even if I slow it down, it still bounces around in there. Alright, let's go knock off this little piece over here. And then finish this up. Yeah, let's just plow the underground. Why not? Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with much of the Steam Next Fest. I think there was only one game from the Next Fest on my radar. And I didn't even get a chance to play the demo. Alright, so let's change it back to limit to fields. And now we can head up the existing field. And I know this is going to need lime. At least a new section. Check the map, we get this guy going. And I'm going to hire off a worker. I'm hoping he gets the entire right edge. Nope, he's missing bits. Alright, let me pull him over a little bit. I was a little overzealous on the edging there. We missed bits? Yeah, we did. Or, you weren't driving, I did. Oh, come on, quit bouncing. There we go. Alright, now see what happens when he hits this indent down there. Check the map in a minute and see if the old section of the field now needs lime. Hoping he goes down to the edge of the field and doesn't stop here and start backing up. Oh, and it's going to bounce. I knew it. I'll have to come back and fix that part of the little part of the field right there. Open that one and that one. I'm going to stop him up here. Oh, we got a little bit of a field there to fix. Alright, so let me stop him. At least we got a straight edge down there. Alright, so let's come over here. Oh my goodness, so let's go. Allow create fields. Oh, come on. That's why I like the 50 meter plow when I'm creating field, or the 30 meter. This is the 50. I like the 30 when I'm creating fields because it doesn't bounce as much. Come on. Oh my goodness. It's like a bouncy house with a bunch of 10-year-olds in it. Alright. Now we should be able to set him off on a worker. He should be good. We are... no. Limit to fields. Okay, perfect. Now I want to make sure we've got a little bit of overlap on the left. Should be good. Set him off on a worker. Alright, so now what's going to need... let this catch up. I know the new section's going to need some lime. Autosave. Looks like the old section's going to need lime as well. Ooh, autosave, sip of coffee. Yeah, so the old section's going to need some lime also. So I brought both lime spreaders over. I figured that much. Have to let the plow finish up. Okay, so the spread is not as big as... come on, shut the hell off. Good Lord. Hit the button 3 times before it shut off. Alright, Xbox One control. I'm buying myself one for Christmas. I don't care. Yeah, we'll probably do 2 headlands and then set a couple workers off. Make sure we got a good edge. I don't think we'll get this seeded this episode, but at least we'll get the field finished. It's the only problem doing a 16x map with these massive fields. It takes an hour, like an entire episode, just to get like one field done. So unfortunately the process, until we get a couple combines going on some couple of fields, we get multitasking going on. It's going to be a little bit of a slower pace. Yeah, we're going to go through a ton of lime on this field. At least stone processing's not that far. We could just drive over there and top it off, come back to the field. Probably should get an auger wagon. We have the extra cash. Check the factory here in a second, see how much lime it has. We're going to have to fill these probably twice. I've been holding off putting the blueberry bushes down because I want to see how much coffee we get off the first harvest. So we may have to put a couple more rows of coffee in. It's not going to take that plow long to finish. He may be done by the time we get this second headland in. A little bit too far back. Oh well. Gonna plow that under anyway. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about since I recorded the last episode because I had physical inventory last week. I think I worked 58 hours, and then basically was a couch potato Saturday and Sunday, and then worked yesterday, off today. So I've had nothing exciting happen since I've recorded this last episode. Now we'll probably have to clean up from the workers a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're down to 2 passes, and not even 2 passes yet, and we're down to 70% full already. Yeah, so I figure I'll get at least 2 episodes recorded before I have to leave for my doctor's appointment. I might have enough time to get one edited and rendered. I definitely won't have time to get the second one edited and rendered. I'll have to do that when I get back. And when I get back, I'll have to get both of them uploaded. I'm hoping I can see. It's a 10 o'clock appointment. He shouldn't be running behind at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I should get in there relatively on time. So I was thinking I'd be out of there at 11. Rush hour traffic will be over, so I'm hoping I could be home. I'm just going to go straight, and then I'll fill that little bit of a gap in. So I figure I should leave there at about 11, about an hour to get back home, hour and 20 minutes to get back home. So I figure about 12:30, but I want to stop at Walmart on my way home and get my Friday shopping done today. Figure out what I want to cook next weekend and just pick something up and throw it in the freezer. Probably like just a little pork roast or something that I can throw in the crock pot on Sunday. Or I may just... why are you not shutting off? Yeah, so I got to figure out what I got a meal plan for the weekend, so I don't have to run back out either Saturday or Sunday to go to the grocery store. Looks like we could check on the plow. Yeah, the plow might be done. Now I'm going to have a little bit on this end of the field to fix. Oh, come on. I think I keep hitting B instead of X. That's right, we're going to set him off on a worker here in a minute. And we'll have to come back and fill in what he's going to miss over here to the left. Alright, you do your thing, and we'll see what you're going to do. Now, is the plow here? Of course not. It's going to be up on the other end of the field. Oh no, he ended down here on the road. Did you get this edge all the way back? You did. Oh. There we go. Let's grab this bad boy. Get him started on this side. Alright, you do your thing here. Let's go get an auger wagon and some more lime. Take this guy back to the house and we'll check the factory to see how much lime it has. I think I have it set on storing. Then we have this episode here to the left to harvest. It's harvest ready. I don't want to multitask getting this field and the other field done at the same time. The other field needs so much work with the expansion. So almost at the top of the hour, we'll see how much money we're going to lose. We may have to turn distributing off on a lot of these factories and just haul some stuff around ourselves. I think that's what's nailing us, are the distributing fees. I've got that to deal with. Just brought it back and stuck it there. I'm going to run this guy through the magic mod. There we go. Drop this. Oh, there's a. Maybe we have some lime in there. Maybe I can get lucky. Oh, drop this guy here. I'm going to top its tank off. Awesome. So he's refilled. What do we have hiding in here? Maybe I got lucky and it's actually lime. Oh, it might be. It is. There's not much in here, but we do have some. We do have some lime. Now let's check. Let's check the stone processing facility real quick. Yeah, we got a bunch of lime. Well, we're full on clean fill. We can't start fishing yet because we don't have cornmeal going. So we're going to need a second cornfield or second field of corn to do cornmeal with. So when we harvest field 2, I think it has sunflower. We bought it with sunflowers in it. We're going to throw corn in that field, but we're not going to chaff that corn. We're going to harvest that corn. And we'll run that right to the flour mill to turn it into cornmeal. Yeah, so we have 2.9 mil, so we'll see how much money we lose at the top of the hour. And we need a potato field so we can get herbicides started. But this field here for chaff is going to set us up for some good steady income. No, not gypsum, lime. Oh, the little air hole in my coffee cup is blocked, so I can't. Doesn't get that little suction going on. There we go. All fixed. There we go. Should give us what we need. Let's come back and check on this guy, see if it... We'll run through all of our factors. I think we have a little bit of time. Now that we're waiting on our lime spreaders. Alright, let's run through our factories real quick. See what we've got going on. Alright, jump up top. I'm going to ignore the bulk warehouse. Alright, carpentry mill. Okay, so we're going to have to put the warehouse down sooner than later so we can get all this distributed out to a warehouse, or everything's going to shut down. We got plenty of fertilizer. Granite mine is doing its thing. Grass dryers should be empty except for that little bit we just dumped in. Liquid storage we don't need to look at. Are we getting diesel in here yet? We are not. Why am I getting a bunch of liquid fertilizer in here? This fertilizer factory should be set to store. It is. I'm not sure why it's going to the liquid warehouse. I'm not going to complain because we could sell that off for some cash. Mammoth mill. It's going to need some wood chips, which we have some. Mini smelter is out of coal. Why is the mini smelter out of coal? We should have coal. We'll have to go check the bulk warehouse now. You're fine. So our oil wells are doing fine. P&G. Okay, wood chips are going to be a problem soon. Refinery is doing well. We have... What do you need? You don't need anything. You're making seeds. We're just dumped the cotton in there, so this guy hasn't really fired up yet. It's waiting for pallets and diesel to distribute over. This guy, we don't need anything. And we got plenty of water. Okay. So wood chips and coal. Okay, so why was the one factory out of coal? Let's check the bulk warehouse. Now I gotta check the bulk warehouse for coal. We may have to do a coal run. Yeah, it's out of coal. Okay. We desperately need to do a coal run. So, are both of these guys running? Or does one of them need to be topped off? Why did you guys... Okay, so they are... Why are you way back here? Okay, so you got yourself turned around. Okay. So they're both running. We're going to have to come over here and fix a little bit along the edge. He is going to be empty soon, though. Let's top him off first. And then we'll run these wood chips over. And we'll grab a load of coal. See how much money we're going to lose in a minute. So we have 2,908,000. I was going to hop vehicles, but I want to wait to see what we lose here at the top of the hour. 2 million. Yeah, so we're losing like $100,000 an hour. Or not quite. 908,879. About $50,000 an hour we're losing. I don't know why. Let's jump back in here. Wrong one? Wrong one. Over here. Get this guy's pipe out. Top him off before we run. I'll finish liming this between episodes. I'll probably have time this weekend before I have to record the next episode. I'll finish up the lime. This way, the next episode we can get this seeded. Waiting for him to come down so I can catch him. The other one should be about 50% full. Stop you. I'm going to head over. I'm going to start him over here, and then we'll probably have to come back and clean up the edges. But let's see what he does over here. I'll probably get to the end of the field and go, "Up, I'm done. I'm going home." See what he does. Now let's grab our wood chips. I want to take care of that, even if I have to finish, like I said, even if I have to finish this between episodes. Alright, so you, at least we could top the mill off. And we're going to have to cut some more trees next episode also, so we can dump some in the bulk warehouse. We have to start making room for a wood chip field anyway, a poplar field. Yeah, we're going to grow wood chips. Yeah, you can tell I am not awake yet. At 4:36 a.m. I gotta leave here about 7:45. Give myself a little bit of time to stop at Wawa, pick up a breakfast sandwich before I jump on the turnpike. So I'm not going to cook anything before I head out. It should be warm enough today where I can kick the pellet stove off before I leave. And then I won't have to relight that until I get back home tonight. We'll start taking some trees down over here. We'll definitely turn this into a poplar field. We're going to put our factories and warehouses down somewhere else. We have to get the construction warehouse down. We'll probably do that next episode. But we're going to have to start taking some trees down over here. I'm going to leave this guy here. Do we have another tractor back at the house? I think we do. We should have. You're not the one I want. Now, where is our... Well... What do we have? Okay, so there's my snowblower. Do we have another auger wagon? Or do we only own the one auger wagon? We probably only own the one auger wagon. See, I knew we were going to end up buying an auger wagon this episode. No, what's this guy? Hold on. May have just spotted one over here. What's this guy over here? Ooh, this may be an empty auger wagon. No, we're not going to buy one anyway. Is it empty? It is. That's exactly what we're looking for. Off to the coal mine. We're losing $50,000 an hour. We can't let some of our factories run empty. Especially the ones that are making us money. And the other thing we don't have running yet either is the composter. Yeah, we're going to get more progress done by taking this to 2 days a week instead of 1 day a week. I love the creek map, but I'm having fun on this map. Yo. Alright, I got to keep an eye on notifications to see if our other lime spreader shuts down. So 5 million liters is going to fill the bulk warehouse. I don't want to take more than 5 million. So I don't want any coal left in here. I don't want to have to run it out to the factories. Yeah, I'm really hoping the DLC that's coming out on, I think, the 15th of November. But don't hold me on that date. I really hope that doesn't break anything. Alright, I'm not sure what we own over here. I don't think we own the whole thing. Yeah, this will only be the second time we're taking coal out of here, so I think we're doing well. We'll have to come in and clean up those edges a little bit. Trying to keep an eye on notifications and an eye on where I'm driving at the same time. Yeah, the one game I had on my wish list for a while came out last weekend, and I didn't buy it because I went in and I looked at the Steam page, and it's getting a bunch of bad reviews. I think it's Hotel Resort Simulator I had on my radar. Alright, so we got 3 mil. Like I said, I don't want to go over 5. We're at 4. Four and a half. Alright, I'm going to call that good. Let's check on these guys. So they seem to both be running. What's this guy going to do? Is he going to turn himself around, or is he going to call it done? Oh, he's turning himself around. Okay, so they're both doing well. Alright, so they're both doing well. Let's get this coal back. And I'm going to call the episode. And I'll finish the lime up. And then hopefully we'll be just ready for seed. I really want to get some work done on the new 16X map this weekend. I haven't worked on it in like 3 weekends. I've had so much going on. But switching my day off this week and working Friday is going to suck. But I'm hoping I can get all my Friday chores done today. I may even have time. If I get home early enough, I'll have time to even record one more episode. And that'll take some pressure off myself for what I have to get done Saturday and Sunday. So I don't record it all during the week. I record all my videos Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the week. So I record 7 videos between Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there hasn't been much. I have had a lot of real life stuff going on, so there hasn't been much time to get anything recorded, let alone modding done. And then November and December is going to suck because the last week in November, between doctor's appointments and cataract surgeries and follow-up visits, I have a doctor's appointment every single Friday, starting on November 30th, all the way through to every Friday in December, and even into the first, I think, 2 Fridays in January. So starting November 30th through like the second week in January, I've got appointments like every single Friday. So I'm not looking forward to December. December's going to suck. Yeah, I'm not even putting a Christmas tree up this year. That's how bad December's going to suck. Alright, how are we doing over here? I'm surprised this guy's not out of line yet. This guy's doing surprisingly well. I never expected him to get turned around on that little odd-shaped field. Oh, look at this. Sitting here out of... look at that. Perfect freaking timing. I couldn't have planned that better. But I'm gonna fill this guy up and call it, and I'll try and get this done. This field's going to be epic. We're going to get a shit ton of chaff off of here. Probably more than the 3 grass dryers can handle. Alright, let's just drive back this way, because I know we're going to have to top this guy off at some point. And he's backing himself up. That's fine. We're going to shut him down right now anyway. I'll set the other guy off in a worker. I'll finish this manually. Alright, don't you dare. I'm gonna fire your butt, top you off. And then finish this up myself. I can't complain because he was actually doing well. But I'm going to call it here. I am Old Man 102. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out, and have an awesome day.